Welcome to Sandwiches of History. Today we're going to be doing a sandwich from our history and one from regional history. This was sent in to me by Rachel. She sent me in the recipe cards from her Aunt Eva and also a recipe from her grandma. And so yeah, we're going to be making Runzas. Now Runzas originated in Nebraska, and some of you are going to be like, hey, this isn't a sandwich, and I'll take care of you later, okay? Just don't worry about it. So here's the deal. The bread recipe from her grandmother makes enough for 2 loaves or 16 runzas, and of course the filling makes enough for 16 runzas. What I'm going to do is make the full dough recipe, use half of it to make some white bread, and the rest for the runzas, and then use a half recipe on the filling. Anyway, it's a bit of a process, so let's get into it. Okay, first thing we need to do is add yeast to warm water, as well as sugar. Get that mixed up and let it sit until it gets foamy. Now in a separate bowl to warm water, we add sugar, salt, and oil. Get that mixed together. Now we mix in our very foamy yeast mixture into our other mixture. Now it says to whisk in 3 cups of flour. Now we're to add in 3 more cups of flour and work with the spoon until combined. Then into an oiled bowl and then cover it and let it rest for an hour. Alright, let's start making our filling while the dough is resting and saute up some onions. Now we add in some hamburger and start that cooking. Add a little salt and pepper. Now we just transfer our meat to a bowl. Saute chopped cabbage in the same pan, and season it of course. Transfer our cabbage to the beef mixture. Now we add to that a can of cream of chicken soup, granulated garlic, and shredded cheese. Didn't say what kind, so I'm using cheddar. Now we mix that together and let it cool. Alright, it's been an hour. Time to divvy up the dough. Half of it's going to go into this loaf pan for bread, and the rest for the runzas. So the recipe says to roll these out to 4x5 and then add 1 to 2 tablespoons of filling. And then we fold up each side and this side. I might make them a little bit bigger because that's pretty small. Now we bake it at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. The loaf might have to go a little longer. And now we just let them cool for a little bit. One exploded there. Not sure if I did a good job or not. We'll find out. Same goes for the bread. We'll see. Okay, let's give this runza a go. I gotta say that filling is delicious. Between the garlic powder, the cream of chicken soup, the beef, that is quite good, but I do want to plus it up. And this is where I'm going to satisfy you sandwich purists, because I'm going to cut on the side to open it up. Could have used a little bit more filling, but anyway, I'm going to add some pickles and some spicy brown mustard. Okay, let's give this runza plussed up with dill pickles and spicy brown mustard a go. Nice bright punch, good flavor of dill, working well with everything in here. Well, once again, I have proven how bad of a baker I am, but hey, I tried. I would say the original runza that filling was very tasty. I know that Campbell's condensed cream of chicken soup is not necessarily the most healthy thing in the world, but when you mix it with the beef and the onions, the cabbage, and the cheese, it is tasty. I'm going to give the original runza, I'd probably give that about an 8.5. Plus up with the dill pickles and spicy brown mustard, 9. Definitely going to finish that. I would make these again, but I think next time I would maybe get the ratio a little bit better of filling to bread, but these are tasty. All right, see you tomorrow. Oh, what's that? Oh, you want to see how the bread turned out? Okay, it's got to rest for a few hours, but yeah. I may not know much about baking, but I know you got to let the loaf cool completely. So yeah, let's crack into it. It's pretty dense, you know, typical job by me. Still, gonna use it. Naturally gonna put a little butter on there. Because it's unsalted butter, gonna add a little salt. Okay, let's give Grandma's white bread a go. It's tasty. It's a little denser than I would like, but that's on me, not on the recipe. Still, I am going to use it for sandwiches, so yeah, you'll see it in upcoming episodes. All right, see you tomorrow.